You are not broken, okay? You're not. What if every pattern you've been ashamed of, like the unfinished projects, the restlessness, the forcing yourself into a box, and the I gotta make something shake out of struggle, it's just you literally living against your design. And you're probably like, girl, what the hell are you even talking about? Human design. Like, you realize we're all designed differently, right? Okay, let's just keep going. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Human design has showed me a lot about my life and how I'm designed to live, and it's literally changing everything. Okay, so for real, like, we spend years like trying to fix ourselves, trying to live by this blueprint that was not designed for us. Like hustle culture, staying consistent, push through. You gotta push through. And we follow that plan. And then when things don't happen how we want it to, and we're consumed in like this disparity of life, we feel like the problem is us. Like, especially for my folks who are really trying to get better at this game we call life. But I'm here to tell you that the manual, the generic manual that we're born into, like, it ain't it. It's not it. So first, let's talk about what human design actually is, okay? So it's a system that combines all of the following: astrology, I Ching, Kabbalah. I believe I pronounced that right, okay? Don't hold that one against me. And the Hindu chakra system, as well as quantum physics. Now, it combines all of those into a map of how your energy actually works. So how you're designed to make decisions, which is very important to me. How you interact with the world, and just how you move through life in general. I want to say this one is going to be more of like a present thing. And like astrology is more of a prediction timeline kind of thing. And maybe that'll help your brain understand the two of those. And look at it like this: human design is like the house. Like, you're the house. It's the house. It's the walls, the infrastructures, the electricity, like the water flow. Like, it's the house. And your astrology is going to be the weather. Like, the weather is going to come and go in the same seasons. And throughout those seasons, you have your catastrophic events that happen, and you have your beautiful things that happen. Like, you just gotta roll with it however it comes. So I want to explain how, like, human design is not necessarily a personality test. It's not like a label. It's really just a blueprint. And that shows you, like I mentioned, your natural decision-making styles, your energy type, because we all have different energy types. It's going to also show you your gifts. And another important thing, it's going to show you the patterns of your misalignment. So when you are not aligned, it's going to give you an idea of what that looks like. Now, you don't necessarily have to believe all of it for it to be useful to you. Like I mentioned, take what you need and leave what you don't. But you can treat it like a map. Maps are very helpful, okay? And a map doesn't tell you what to do. It just shows you the terrain. It shows you directions. So that way you don't have to fight anything. You just have to navigate. You just have to, like, find your way through. Can I go this way? Can I go that way? You know what I mean? This one might be a little steeper, or it might be a little harder, but then you got this one that's going to be easier, but might take a little bit longer. You get me? You get me? Yeah. Now, there's going to be 5 energy types in human design, and you're going to fall into one of these categories. Number 1 is going to be a generator, and your girl's a generator. Then you have manifesting generators, projectors, manifestors, and reflectors. Okay, and I've kind of looked into all these other ones too. They are so freaking interesting, and I've met a few people where I can clearly see that that's exactly how you need to move, and it's like really insane once you dive into it a little more. Now, each one of these types is going to have a different strategy on how to move through life, and I'm just going to be real with you. We have all been failed. Each one of these types, we have been failed because we have been given a generic blueprint that says this is how you get through life. You grow up, go to school, you go to college, you get a job, and you have some children, you create a home, and you work, then you retire, and then you live off your retirement money for the rest of your life until it's time for you to go, okay? That's what we have been fed. And I think there's a lot of people waking up right now realizing, like, this don't make no sense. Y'all are making it harder for us to do this, and still telling us to do this. You still want us to go to school, but we got to pay you for college. And then you're making it hard for us to find the job with this degree. Okay, a lot of people do not find jobs with that degree. And then you don't pay me enough to sustain this structure you have created. And it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder. I see it. Y'all see it, right? Y'all waking up, right? Now, I stumbled across human design on Twitter, aka X. And shout out to, let me find, shout out to Mind Body Bronx, aka Tarot by Bronx, because that is how I found human design. Okay, I'm gonna tag that channel in the description if you want to go ahead and get into it. But I definitely resonated at the time when I did find it. I can't remember. It was like a couple years ago, and it landed. Let's not say that it orbited. It didn't land, and then it orbited again, and it didn't land, and then finally it landed for sure. But I just feel like my nervous system was not ready for me to get deeper into that. And that's kind of like the same for everything that I've learned, like as far as astrology and the chakra system. And I feel like if you're in survival mode, it's not going to stick just yet because you're going to be very circumstantial based. Like it's going to be your outer world that you're trying to figure out and get together. And human design, astrology, the chakra system, and like quantum physics and things like that, you got to kind of turn inward for stuff like that because that's going to be more but like belief, faith, and things that are like aren't necessarily physical, things that you cannot, necessarily like see, if that makes sense. Like I feel like there's another word to describe what I'm trying to say, maybe like metaphysics, I don't know. But if you know what I'm talking about, just like let me know in the comments. But once like my nervous system and my world started to very much flip from the outer world into the inner world, like human design started to land so differently. And then not only that, but like the chakra system as well as astrology started to land differently. And I started to understand like these are very good maps. And now that I'm like kind of deep into them, not that deep, I'm deep, but I'm not like deep. Some people is like deep. Like I'm deep, I'm here. And then you got like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like once I got into it for sure, like things started to align even more and things started to make sense to me even more. And it's like I'm now slowly but subtly shifting into a full generator and I love it. It's like the Abraham Hicks talks about the path of least resistance. And that's where I'm at, okay? The path of least resistance. Now, the second thing I want to kind of get into is what it looks like when you're actually living against your design. And I'm going to kind of give a piece of like what it was like for me as a generator, but I'm also going to give you like a broad perspective just in case you're not a generator and it doesn't resonate with you. So we all have a strategy. So we have our type, and then depending on our different type, we all have a strategy, and the strategy is how you move through life, and it's going to be your path of least resistance. And that's going to keep you, or that path of least resistance is the path of alignment. You have your strategy, and based on whether or not you follow your strategy, you have a not self theme. So if you're not following your strategy or that path of least resistance for yourself, there's going to be a theme. And that theme is what's going to reflect whether you're in alignment or out of alignment. And this is going to show up as an emotional signal. So the wave of emotions that you go through, those negative waves of emotions, that's going to be your not self theme. So when it comes to generators, which is me, and manifesting generators, because they're kind of similar, our not self theme is frustration. And baby, let me tell you, I am the most frustrated when I am not aligned. And I do a great job at not showing it, but inside I wear it so bad. Like it doesn't even look good on me whatsoever. Projectors are going to feel bitter. They're going to feel extremely bitter when they are not in alignment. And then manifestors are going to feel anger. Like they're going to be angry, whether it's angry at themselves, angry at the world, angry at a situation. And then your reflectors are going to feel disappointed. They're going to feel disappointed in themselves. They're going to feel disappointed in other people. They're going to feel let down. These are not moods and they are not character flaws. This is like your built-in alarm system telling you that you are not living the way that you should be living. And this is going to come up in patterns in your actions, patterns in your decisions. And I realize my patterns, and I realize each time that I tried to work on things on the outside, I would be frustrated, and I was in this same loop over and over and over again. I talk about this loop in a few of my other videos, guys, and we all have loops. Like, everything happens again. It could be every 2 years, every 3 years, every 5 years. If you're out of alignment, you're going to go through the same thing over and over and over until you learn the lesson, until it sticks, and until you start to do things the way you are built to do them. And like, when you don't know your design, or you don't know like this information, when you don't know like the path that you're supposed to take in life, and you kind of stick to the generic script that you're given, whether it's by society or your family, because the script comes in different ways. It's not just, go to school, go to college, go to work, get married. Like, every family teaches you a certain type of script that you follow as well. You spend so much time thinking that this is who you are, this is the life you're supposed to be living, and that you're frustrated because things just don't happen in a way that you would like to, and you just don't necessarily understand what's going on. You just think that it's a failure, and that failure is tied to who you are, versus the system that you were given is what's not working. It's not you. It's just, you are not supposed to follow this system, but you don't know any other system out there. So what do? You stick to this one that was given to you, and you try to make something out of struggle. It's okay to make something out of nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or something out of creativity and positivity. But you make something out of struggle, like, that just does not make sense. And it never made sense to me. And I hope it doesn't make sense to you too, because you do not have to grow through a struggle story. Like, a lot of people feel like they gotta get it out the mud when you don't. You just don't know no other way, because that's all you have seen is people get it out the mud. So your frustration, that is not a character flaw. It is no direct ties to you. That's just a signal letting you know that what you're doing is not the right way that was intended for you. Think of it like this. Like, have you ever started a project? You had so much passion, so much energy behind it. Like, it felt good, it sounded good, it looked good on paper too. Somewhere along the lines, the fire went out, whether it was because you did not have enough patience to let it keep growing, or you kind of got bored with it and feel like, nah, it's not it. Or you got overwhelmed with all the things that it required to keep it alive. And instead of questioning whether it was right for you, you just felt like you weren't good enough to achieve it or to see it through. I learned this the hard way, because like, every project born out of my burst or my hype or my excitement, a lot of those never saw the light. And if they did not come to completion. And when things like that happen, you start to feel like an imposter. You start to feel like this sort of shame, because you feel like you could not follow through with this plan or this project. And that's not a discipline problem. I'm learning that. Like, I had made a whole content plan about discipline and consistency, and it was fixed, okay? And I realized that discipline and consistency can only be applied based on your design. Like, if you follow this generic discipline, consistency story that you're fed, especially on like YouTube and like motivational speakers, like, you feel frustrated and you don't continue through with the process. And that's just because that is not a part of your specific design. So understand that living against your strategy, living against your design, will always produce the same results regardless of how hard you try. Like I said, that loop. We gotta get you out the loop, because you've been twirling it like a hula hoop. So now I want to kind of get you into the idea and the mode of what living by your design actually looks like. Y'all ready for this? Now, once you start to live in your design, I want you to understand this. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. This is going to be so gentle, and I want this to land in a way that you understand that things don't always show up right away, okay? Hold my hand. Living in your design doesn't mean that life gets easy, okay? Right away. Life will get easier. It means your efforts are going to start to produce a return. You're going to start to receive for the effort that you're supposed to put in. The resistance will start to lower, okay, as you follow this design, and the right things are going to happen in the right way. You will not have to chase, okay? It's going to be handed to you based on the way you should be living. Yeah, I'm showing off my nails. They cute, huh? For generators, it's going to be sustainable energy that's going to light you up when it's something you genuinely should be doing, genuinely you feel good about it. For projectors, and I love this for y'all, it's going to feel like being truly seen and invited into the right rooms. It's going to be like, come in, this is where you belong. For manifestors, it's going to feel like initiating from a deep inner knowing. Like, you're going to know, like the alarms are going to go off like, yes, 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 this is the one, this is the thing, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And it won't feel like pressure, like, I got to do it. Hey. Okay. For reflectors, it's going to be like having a space and having the time to arrive to clarity without being rushed. You have time to think about it. You have time to, meditate over it, come to an answer, and boom, here it is. So for manifesting generators, it's still going to feel like that same responsive energy, but you have more freedom to move faster and to like grab it real quick and pursue like multiple things without any guilt. Generators got to take it a bit slower because generators have the tendency to say yes in the excitement, but then once the excitement dies down, it reveals the true like energy capacity for that said thing, no matter what it is. The manifesting generators can just sustain a bit more than a generator, and that's okay. That's okay. And the key thing for like generators and manifesting generators, because they're so close, is that manifesting generators can get mislabeled as inconsistent or scattered. So if you feel like you are so quick to start a project, get it done, finish it, move to the next one, 2 projects at the same time, like that's okay. You are supposed to. You have the energy for it. And then generators can get labeled as quitters because when they're in that not self theme, they would like to do this one thing, but then the excitement dies down and that isn't what they want to do for real. It just sounded good. It just felt good. It just made you feel good. You know what I mean? But when you get to that neutral state, that's where you make the decision on whether or not to do it. I'm getting a little too deep. We're going to get deeper into this on another video, but I kind of wanted to give you like the similarities and the differences between generators and manifesting generators. Go back into the real situation. So your design, your human design, it just adds another layer that will literally benefit you more than it would not. It's going to speak to how you move, how you learn, how you build, how you sustain, and what your role is naturally among like the people around you. Some profiles lead through relationships, some lead through experiences, and some lead through teaching what they've learned and what they've lived. All of them are valid and all of them are very necessary, okay, for one another to be connected and to grow. Like really think about the things that have had staying power in your life, the things that make you feel good, that light you up, that has been a constant thing. Shine light on that for a second. The things that you keep coming back to without having to force yourself to do it. Think about all the relationships in your life that felt natural, that had no resistance, no negativity, that made you feel really good, that didn't take away from you, that didn't drain you. Think about the work that didn't drain you, the jobs, the things that you can put energy into, but it fills your cup. It doesn't drain your cup. That wasn't just luck. I'm here to tell you, it wasn't luck. That was alignment. You were doing something that was designed for you and it lit you up like a star. You were in your element. You were in your zone. And that was you probably accidentally stumbling into your design. And you were just like, yeah, that was, you know what I mean, luck, or you kind of watered it down a little bit, or it happened that one time, but because it never happened again and you got caught up in the despair, you didn't have a chance to realize, that's who you are. That's where you're supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's how you're supposed to be living. You were in alignment in that moment, but somehow the outer world got you. It got you. And now you're misaligned again. And don't worry, to every misalignment is alignment. You feel me? To every negative is a positive. To all the bad, baby, there is good. And you have a choice to pick what side you want to be on, what lens you want to shine through. And baby, we shining over here, not over there. We don't even focus on none of that. We don't even talk about none of that. We only focus and talk about this. I think you understand me. Happy for you. And I kind of want to give you like a piece of me as a generator, because like my channel and my content creating, it has been on and off throughout the years, but I always find my way back, and I always enjoy it, and I always love it, and I am consistent with it. We going 8 months strong. We almost to a year, y'all. And I'm getting better at it. I'm growing, like I'm open, like I'm wide open. Okay. And I just think that this is something that I'm going to be doing for like the rest of my life. I love being here on this side for you guys. And I hope you see it. I hope it shines and it pours through the work that I do. And the thing is, I allowed myself to respond to it. I gave myself time to ride the emotional wave. And once I got to a neutral state, it was like, yes, this still makes sense. This still feels good. I want to keep pursuing this. Versus like all the projects that I was so hype about, that I screamed to the world like, hey guys, I'm going to start doing this, that, and that, and the third. And then either I didn't start it at all because I realized like, I don't want to do this, or I got started and somewhere along the lines it got left in the wind and I never came back to it. And that's because I didn't want to do it. And this also goes for like decision making. When people invite me out somewhere, when people want me to join something, when people want me to be a part of their projects, like I need time to ride this wave, because it's going to sound so great to me. It's going to sound so fun to me. But once all of that calms down, that's where I know whether or not I truly want to do it. So yeah, I kind of flow with that now. Now, I want you to notice human design did not tell me who to become. Okay, I was already going to become this girl anyway. No, for real. It just showed me who I already was. And it showed me how to start making decisions as this person. Like how to start showing up in your everyday life as this person confidently as well. And this was underneath all of the performances, the performative things I have done in my life. This is underneath the conditioning that my family has done and that society and this world has done. And this is underneath the survival mode, okay? Like it has actually, in fact, helped me exit my survival mode. And then when my nervous system finally had the capacity to hold on to this and to actually receive it, it really did not feel like this huge revelation. It was like, oh, okay. Let's do it. Let's ride into it. And I want you to feel like that too. So if human design sounds like something that you want to get into, do it. You know the way we rockin', do it. So do it. Now I'm going to be real. This is going to be for who it's for, okay? If it's for you, if it ain't for you, I'm not here to pull you towards it. Like I said earlier, I'm just here to open the door. And if you want to stick a toe or two through that door, do that. If you want to walk all the way in, slow down, big dog. Take your time. You can walk through the door, but you know what I'm saying? Like, let it fall on you how it's supposed to. Let it fall on you the way your design says you're intended to let it fall on you. This is definitely like, yeah, can you see how I'm in my bag? Like, this video was laid on me, and look at me. Generator at its finest. Now, your logical mind might be skeptical. That's your logical mind. There's more to just your logical mind. Some things are not going to make sense logically, and that's because it's on the outside, okay? Or you can't see it on the outside. Sometimes you just gotta feel. You gotta see how it feel in your body, how it feel in your body. And whatever your response is, follow that, okay? If it's feeling like a yes, go ahead and tap into that. And if you're feeling a bit skeptical, let it go. And if it come back to you again, okay, if that door is presented to you again, go ahead and stick your toe in. Now, I'm going to give you some homework, because I don't know why you thought you was just going to skate on through this one without no homework. Homework is going to be, I need you to go ahead and pull up your human design chart. Just tap into it. See what you are. You know what I'm saying? See if it resonates a little bit. You know, go a little deeper. And however you feel from there, that's how you need to continue going. But you can literally just Google like human design chart. You got the Jovian archives. I think he has like 2 or 3 different websites. Make sure you enter your birthday in accurately. If you can get the time of when you were born, that's going to be a check plus. Okay, I was born at like, I'm not gonna tell you because I don't know why they pulling my charts and finding out my birthday and looking all into my stuff, trying to see if we are compatible. No, let me stop. But no, for real, write everything down or screenshot it and then ask yourself, like, does this really feel like me? Does this really feel like this is what I'm supposed to be, following? Like, and like I said, it's a map. So you can use it to guide you where you need to go. But I just feel like you need something because if you're here on this channel, in this room with me, you came here for a reason. And that's so you can shine and live the best life that you deserve because you were all given that as a birthright. And I just want to remind you, like, you're not broken. You never were. You were never too much and you were never not enough. You just didn't have a map to follow, to guide you, to show you. A map that's specifically written for you. Now you have one. And if you already had one, now you got another. Use it. What you got to lose? I just want to thank you for being here, okay? If you made it to the end, you a big dog. You a real one, shawty. Like, I see you for sure. And I just want to say that you deserve everything and then some. All right? Peace.